Hey there, you're watching Go on Shaw TV, the Highland Dance Edition. Well, hello there. You are watching Go on Shaw TV at the Mackenzie School of Dance, where these Highland dancers are warming up behind me. Patty Mackenzie, you are the Highland dance expert in this community. How long have you been running this school?
I've been running it about 46 years, something like that.
And she was a mere child when she started. Absolutely. What is Highland dance? Because this dance school is different than other dance schools. What is Highland dance?
Highland dance is the dance of Scotland. Originally, it was a dance of war. It was only the men who did the Highland dancing, right up into the early part of the 20th century, and then the women started taking it over.
Wow, so these steps are all very traditional. Have they changed over the years?
They have changed. Some of the technique has changed, and recently the Scottish Official Board is bringing back some of the old technique as well. So yeah, it evolves.
And has the interest in the Valley evolved as well? You've been teaching so long. Are there more or less students every year?
It changes from time to time. Sometimes it's very high and sometimes it drops a little bit, but yeah, it's a constant up and down.
Constant up and down. We've got lots more to tell you, but before we do anything else, I have to introduce you to Esme. She is a Highland dancer who is going to steal any show she's in, I swear. I'm just going to do everything you do. I got big legs. Here at Shaw, we've covered Highland dance stories for years. Dance shows, dance competitions, Robbie Burns Day. But never once have I danced. But then, I never met Esme before. She's a 6-year-old student at Mackenzie School of Dance who offered to give me lessons.
When you go over like that, you go like that, and then you do a beat, and then go over and again.
She did really well, and I was surprised at how many of the little details that she managed to tell you.
Did I manage to learn any of them?
You did. You did very well.
The middle, okay, like that?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how much I learned, but I do know that Esme is a good teacher who gave me very specific tips to improve my technique.
Pretty much pointing your toes.
I wasn't pointing enough.
And when you do your high cuts like that, you point too.
Pointing my toes, remembering the moves, I could not keep up with Esme, who is an expert at these particular steps.
Well, Esme was doing the pas de bas and high cuts, which is part of the 4 dances that primary dancers compete in.
Ah, yes, competition, an integral part of Highland dance, and something that Esme is good at because she loves dancing.
Because you jump, and I like jumping because it's fun, and you like going boing, boing. Yeah, it's pretty fun doing that.
Boinging, jumping, and a lot of giggling. She's having so much fun, you might not realize that Esme is in training.
She is. She's practicing for the Port Alberni Open Highland Dance Competition, April 16th in Port Alberni. And there will be dancers here from all over Vancouver Island and the Lower Mainland, and it's wide open for anybody to come and watch.
The Port Alberni Open Highland Dance Competition is taking place at the Alberni Athletic Hall on Saturday, April 16th, and the public is welcome to attend and cheer on their local dancers. As for me, despite being just a little bit out of my age category, Esme says I've got a pretty good chance.
Yeah. You might actually be in 4th place.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Nancy Wilmot.
Hello?
Anybody there? It looks like the hallways of Echo Village are so empty you could hear a pin drop, which could only mean one thing.
G57.
Bingo is a huge aspect of each home. And the funny thing is, if there's a big event happening or we have to cancel bingo, the residents are totally like up in arms about it. Why do we have to cancel bingo? Can't we cancel the other program? So bingo is huge.
With anticipation thick in the air, number after number is called.
I-24.
There are determined players, excited players, and ones with extreme focus. As you can see, bingo is more than a game of luck.
When we're young, we're quite active. We get out. We don't stay home and do nothing. 80% of our life during the day is we're out and about and we're being social. And that's what we're doing here at Echo and Fir Park. So that is our mandate, to make sure that the residents are getting every aspect of the social interaction that we can provide.
The thing about hosting social programs in senior facilities like bingo is that they rely heavily on their volunteers.
I never played bingo until my mom moved in here, and neither did she. So we had to learn how to play bingo, the two of us together. But I know the ones that need help, and I just wander around the room and point out if they miss a number or anything like that, eh?
It's been a learning experience. We have to learn the residents and their likes and dislikes. We have some characters, and they always like to know what we did. You know, like I was a nurse and how long I worked and that sort of thing.
And something as simple as calling bingo or helping find the correct number might not seem like a big deal. But for this bunch, it means the world.
Just sitting with them, making them laugh, sharing a story with them, and the volunteers come back and saying, "Wow, I made Mrs. Smith smile today," and that made their day. And we always incorporate the volunteers as one of the staff members and as a part of a family.
These volunteers are making a difference one number at a time.
If there's anyone out there that wants something to do for even 1 hour for a whole month, if they can volunteer their time, if they want to come and do anything, it'll be a good hour spent.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Jenny Fortin.
Wow, thank you, Jenny. That was a wonderful story about volunteers. The Alberni Valley is full of volunteers. We are, after all, a community with a heart, and this is Volunteer Week. And many of you might not know that here at Shaw TV, we have our own bunch of volunteers who do all sorts of things. They edit, they produce, we even have an official photographer. And I just want to say thank you for what you do. You make us all look good. Now, as you can see behind me, we are still here at the Mackenzie School of Dance because, as Esme was telling us, there is a competition coming up. And Patty Mackenzie, this is a pretty big deal, isn't it?
It is. It's an open Highland dancing competition, open to anyone from anywhere to come.
And I have Sarah Oliver here. Sarah, you've been getting ready for this competition.
Yes.
Do you enjoy competing?
Yeah, I do.
How come?
Because it's a way to learn from my mistakes, and then I can fix them and keep competing.
Wow. And how long have you been dancing?
6-ish years.
6-ish years. How old are you, Sarah?
I'm 9 years old.
Okay, I can do the math here. You were very small when you started, almost the same age as Mrs. Mackenzie was when she started teaching. What are you competing in? What different dances?
I'm going to do my fling, sword, lilt, flora, and chanteuse.
That is a lot. Patty, is that a normal amount of steps for them to compete in?
It is. That's a normal amount for beginner dancers.
Holy simoly, and who will be judging this?
A judge from Vancouver and it's two from Vancouver this year.
Well, all I can say is I'm glad it's not me because these young dancers all look pretty darn fine. We're going to tell you a little bit more about the upcoming competition and these dancers in just a few minutes, but before we do that, we're heading over to the Roland Arts Centre with Jenny Fortin.
As many locals know, the Alberni Valley is home to numerous trails, never-ending trees, and breathtaking scenery. Today's hike brings us to the Bird Hill Beaver Pond, where wanderers enjoy all sorts of wildlife. And being immersed in this limitless beauty is exactly where Roland prefers to be.
You know, kind of grew up on the farm, always been outdoors. After I finished college, had my time in the bright city lights, and then I ended up in Yellowknife for 30 years. And it's a town much like Alberni where 5 minutes you're out in the bush and it's wonderful.
Roland now calls the Alberni Valley home and looks forward to roaming through the forest, looking for new things to capture.
You know, you go out for a walk on the trails and it's what catches your eye. And you're not so much looking for things as you're looking for patterns of light, patterns of texture, patterns of color, just how things appeal to the eye, how they strike your eye. And you could walk down a path one day and not see anything, and 2 days later come back down that same path and the light is a little bit different, and then you see something.
Now, let's be perfectly honest. Most people don't see much beauty in your average skunk cabbage. But through Roland's lens, there's something special, something unique, something beautiful.
It's really neat to see the differences in the photographers and what they actually capture and what they see through their lens, because really that's their artwork, is seeing something and capturing it in that lens. So Roland does an incredible job of capturing a small piece of a big piece in the puzzle, if that makes any sense. He's very good at seeing something very small in the big scale of things.
You might say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And in this case, beauty is in the eye of the wanderer in the latest exhibit at the Roland Arts Centre.
You know, I spent most of my life taking pictures of things as part of my work. And now I'm taking pictures of, well, colors and moods. And textures, patterns, you know, just shades of light and dark. Almost abstract.
With this show, you can really see that with his detailing, with his images that he uses, with his lighting, with his diffusion of light, and backgrounds and his foregrounds and his filtering. So I think that's the difference between this particular show and maybe some other shows that we have had in the past.
You can come into the Roland Arts Centre to see Roland's exhibit. But if you're more of the outdoors type, keep an eye out for Roland wandering the trails.
It's kind of a hunt in a way, but it's an enjoyable pastime.
For Go, on Shaw TV, I'm Jenny Fortin.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Wellbank, and I'm the conductor of the Barclay Sounds Community Choir. And we are putting on our spring concert, Let's Shake It Up, April 17th at the ADSS Theater at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. And tickets are $10, and you can get them at the Echo Center, Roland Arts, and Salmon Berries Emporium, and from choir members.
welcome back to another edition of Art Avenue. Couldn't resist coming out to the Harbor Quay on this beautiful day, so I'll get right to it and let you know what's happening in the Alberni Valley, because lots of things there's lots of concerts. The Barclay Sound Choir, just as a reminder, tickets are available for their concert coming up, Let's Shake It Up, on April 17th, as well as Timber Concert, Time to Say Goodbye. So those are two very important concerts happening. Sells out very quickly, and tickets are available at the Roland Arts Center. And Portal Players has two events, or two performances that are happening right now. Diary of Anne Frank, and that takes a performance at the Capitol Theatre until April 17th. And Someone to Watch Over Me. So those are two, again, wonderful performances happening at the Capitol Theatre. Tickets are available in advance at the Roland Arts Center or online, so book your tickets today. Well, the Solstice Arts Festival is soon to happen in the Alberni Valley. We're very excited about this cooperative event taking place on June 17th to the 19th with 4 local groups. Tickets are now available at the Roland Arts Center. We are going to be selling vouchers for the tickets, which are going to be wristbands. So for more information, you can pop by the Roland Arts Center and pick up your tickets for the Solstice Arts Festival. And here's what's happening at Shars Landing. On Saturday, April 16th is CFMA nominated John Brooks and Neil Cruikshank, and they do a little bit of folk. On Saturday, April 23rd is Fiddleium Vancouver Island Tour, and that is traditional and contemporary, and that's a 9-piece fiddle group. And Sunday, April 24th is Echo Nebraska, and that's West Coast Spring Tour, and that's indie folk and rock. So if you're interested in any of those concerts, stop by Shars Landing for advance tickets today. Well, that's it for another edition of Art Avenue, but before I go, a couple of reminders that our current exhibit that Jenny has just spoken about continues on at the Roland Arts Center till April 29th, so don't miss out on seeing Roland's wonderful photographs. And we are also still accepting gently used books, and as I said earlier in previous shows, we are very low on them, so certainly if you can donate some books today, that would be wonderful. We are also having our Days with the Arts, which is through Solstice Arts Festival, so if you're interested in having a table at the Roland Arts Center, stop by and talk to us today. And also the film festival that's taking place with the Alberni Valley Museum, they have one left, and that takes place on Sunday, April 24th, called RAM. So if you're interested in that, pick up your tickets at the museum for that. So until next time, I'm Melissa Martin for Art Avenue.
Thank you, Melissa Martin. You are doing an awesome job on Art Avenue. And you know, I should point out, Melissa is one of our volunteer producers. That's right, she doesn't get paid for what she does for keeping us all up to date on all the happenings in the Alberni Valley. Now, I am gonna see how long these girls behind me can hold their pose while we take a bit of a break. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Well, welcome back. You are still watching Go on Shaw TV, and yes, we are still here at the Mackenzie School of Dance, where these fine young Highland dancers are preparing for a competition. And I'm here with Lauren Clark. Lauren, how long have you been dancing?
Since I was 6 or 7.
6 or 7, wow. And do you like competing?
When I practice my dances, I like competing, but when I forget to, it's I get nervous.
I can totally relate with that to that, Lauren. It was exactly how I was. I didn't dance, but I would get nervous before things like that. And what different dances are you competing in?
I think I'm doing the chanteuse, the lilt, the flora, the reel, the fling, and the sword.
Holy cow, you girls do a lot. And do you enjoy when you get to compete at home when there's a home crowd watching you?
Yeah.
How come? Does it make it kind of more fun?
I don't know, I just like dancing, and it feels good if any of my friends come.
Yeah, I bet some of your family is coming out. Yeah. And Patty, are you hoping members of the public come out to watch this?
I do. It's great fun to have a lot of people in the stands watching the dancing and cheering them on.
I bet you it is. And I bet you people do their own judging and kind of maybe disagree with the judges sometimes.
I think so. I see people in the crowd marking their programs with their favorites and then waiting for the results to come out to see if they pick the winners.
We're not saying Scotsmen are opinionated about things like that, though, are we?
No.
No. Now, I know we've told you before when this competition is, but can we just remind people again?
It's Saturday, the 16th of April at the Athletic Hall.
And there will be, and I think it's admission by donation?
I think there's an admission charge, but it's quite small.
Quite small, and there will be hot dogs and some beverages.
There's all kinds of food at the
refreshment stand.
Excellent. Patty, thank you so much. Lauren, good luck with this. I know all of you girls are going to do so well. Nicely done. Thanks for letting us watch you dance today. It was fun. Now, we are almost at the end of our show, but before we leave, we're going to head over to the Echo Center, where the Sunshine Club has dozens and dozens and dozens of volunteers helping people with everything, even digital photography. Shutters are clicking and lights are flashing. The Sunshine Club Digital Photography Group is hard at it in Port Alberni, perfecting their craft in a very diverse group of shutterbugs with a wide range of skill levels, from experienced photographers to extreme newcomers.
People who have new cameras, who are new photographers, sometimes join to get help.
Others, however, do experiment and expand their skill levels, taking and sharing photos of a different theme for every meeting. This month, it's tabletop photography, still life montages created by the members and photographed as a way to learn, well, pretty much every aspect of the craft.
Photography, especially digital photography where you can manipulate it, is a great way to be an artist without getting my hands dirty with paint, because I'm not really that good with paint.
Group members are clearly enjoying this month's exercise, learning and sharing in the user-friendly environment.
If you have a question, someone in the group has probably had the same problem and you can get a good answer. If you have a good answer, then they don't mind taking the information and using that as well.
Everybody helps each other to, to do what needs doing, and with the digital photography thing. And we like to help each other if we can, anyway.
And a lot of the credit for the supportive nature of this group goes to Shelley herself, who believes in building confidence rather than challenging technique.
I'm kind of concerned that too much critiquing is going to discourage the beginners. We try not to be negative.
Well, whatever the approach, it does seem to be working, as club members are turning out high-quality work that is garnering attention. So much so that a new half-hour program called Our World in Focus will soon begin airing on Shaw TV, a program that features the photographs taken by the Sunshine Club Digital Photography Group.
Everybody likes to see their, their name, I suppose, and and show off the, the things they do. And I've had my pictures on Shaw Cable before, and and people have come back to me and said, I enjoyed your pictures.
It's like writing a book that nobody ever reads. What's the point? If you don't share what you're doing, then it seems kind of pointless.
Shelley and Jim are editing the program, honing new digital skills, and creating not just a showcase for the club, but a showcase for the Alberni Valley.
That's what we're all about. The valley, what is it, the city with a big heart, and great photographers.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Nancy Wilmot.
There is an alien species invading Alberni's SPCA. And although the Starfleet Club's prime directive is not to interfere in alien affairs, the in-house Spock fan believes that it would be illogical to let it continue.
I'm sure that he would see the logical reasons why it needs to be eliminated.
And so, the Alberni Starfleet Club has issued a red alert, and all capable hands have taken to their battle stations.
Broom is an invading alien. It's kind of like the Borg, except that we're resisting it. Broom originated on Vancouver Island on a farm near Souk, where a homesick Scot planted a handful of seeds. And now it ranges from Terrace in the north all the way into California.
today's battle might look a little outnumbered. Broom 3 million to 3 Starfleet fans. But never fear, as these broom battlers have come prepared for war.
It involves a lot of bending and cutting and twisting, repetition and motion. Yeah, I'm expecting to sweat.
All Star Trek clubs do a lot of things to help people out. They do charity work and all sorts of things, and this is one of the things that we can do to help our island and our province.
I believe in Roddenberry's vision about all mankind getting along and actually working for the better of the planet.
And while they continue waging war on the evil broom, they issue a challenge to the greater community.
And what we're asking people to do is adopt a piece of property, even if it's only their own yard, and keep it broom-free. There are bigger projects available, lots of them, like this one, that can be coordinated with Horticulture and Park Supervisor Jacob Coline, who has a list of areas that really need to be cut back. But letting the stuff grow, even that one plant can produce 18,000 seeds a season.
Which happens to be 18,000 seeds too many. In Port Alberni, I'm Jenny Fortin.
Well, that does bring us to the end of another go on Shaw TV, the volunteer and Highland Dancing edition. Until we meet again, put your dancing shoes on.